So I'll speak about the meditation, because you're here because you read Dara's article, yeah? And it's pity Dara's not here this evening. He was here last Monday, but he's a pretty inspirational guy. And he spoke in such a raw way about his journey that it's really lovely to see somebody grabbing hold of that and coming here to check this out. So I feel a little bit under pressure. So I feel reasonably sure that if any of us were to tell our journey, our life journey, it would be pretty inspirational. Is that fair enough to say? Mm-hmm. We tend not to, yeah? We tend to keep our life story sort of somewhere else. And we meet the world with a mask or a facade of things that we feel will be accepted, or we feel able to handle the world from that. But we have so much in the background of us. And these can be things that we don't feel good about. We might feel ashamed of, or maybe humiliated by. We might feel we have still pain or anger connected to these things. But yet all of these experiences have grown and shaped us in some way into who we are. So for better or worse, yeah? What we experience. Like my mom was very overprotective. And she would justify this. She would say that this was the right way, and what else was she supposed to do? Yeah, and that's fair enough. But I had such a strong need for freedom that felt like being in prison. So whenever I would ask, can I do this? Can I go here? Can I go there? And the answer was always no. It was so painful for me. So I had to grow in spite of that. Basically, as soon as I was old enough, I was out of there. You can't stop me now. Yeah. So sometimes we grow because of experiences, and other times we grow in spite of them. But you notice that the theme is that we grow. Yeah. If we're still here and we're still doing this, and we still have something that we have to offer, then we have grown in some way, or we're still growing. It's a frightening kind of idea to me whenever I hear somebody, feeling like they've completed everything that they ever wanted to complete in life. I kind of go, oh. It just gives me that kind of shudder feeling. Because this is an adventure. To be a human at this current time is a really big adventure. We're at such a cusp in terms of our growth and development and evolution and what's available to us, that it's potentially very exciting. But that's very close to terrifying also. Yeah. So we're seeing that upheaval in other ways. Yeah, things are happening, news events and stuff like that. So how we grow because of or in spite of our experiences. And how we then value those. The kind of value we place on those things is how strongly we stand in our self-esteem and self-belief, self-confidence, self-worth. If we came through something very, very difficult, and we don't place a value on how we got through that, then we might feel pretty shit about ourselves. Yeah, our self-esteem might be on the floor, self-confidence on the floor. Because we might not be seeing it from the correct perspective. The perspective of, go me, I got through that. It was horrendous, but I'm out the other side of that now. Now I can grow myself in this way. Now I can grow myself in that way. What can I learn from that? How we value. How we allow ourselves that recognition for difficult things that we've experienced. And we all have. It's part of life journey. Yeah, you agree? Part of life journey that some things are easy and effortless and wonderful, and then there's a whole heap of things that are really difficult. But we really triumph from the things that we get through that are difficult. It definitely feels like that for me. When I look at different things that I came through, for the times that I was still coming through that, or still healing it was very difficult. It was painful, or if it was grief or things like that. But when I got to the other side of it, there's that victorious kind of feeling of, oh, I did it. So it's really important that we bear with it when it's difficult. That we bear with it when it's maybe painful or frightening. Once we have a sense of the bigger picture of why am I going through this? What's my intention of how I'm approaching this or how I'm dealing with this, so that I can stick with it. I can stick with it and get to the other side and have the victory, have the rewards of that.